Hello and welcome, I'm Micah, the cosplayer seamstress. Today I will be making the bodice and sleeves for the Miss Fizzle dress. But before that, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
The materials I needed for this project are thread, fabric, the pattern with instructions, scissors, both fabric and paper, a handheld needle, and the sewing machine. If you would like to know where I got the pattern and fabric and how much they cost, check out the patterns and plans video for Miss Fizzle. The first step is to cut the pattern pieces I needed for the project. To find out which pattern pieces I needed, I referenced the pattern for design A. I will need 1, 2, and 4 for now. This is basically the pieces for the bodice and the sleeves. Once I have determined which pattern pieces I need, I will cut them out using the paper scissors. Remember to never use fabric scissors on paper. After I cut the pattern paper, I will use those pieces to cut out the fabric. You can use the cutting layouts in the pattern, or you can make your own layout as long as you follow the instructions on the pattern paper. For example, if you need to cut something on a fold, then you need to remember to cut that on a fold, or if you need to cut 2, make sure you cut 2. I will be creating my own layout as I will need to cut extra fabric for the green. For the green, I will cut that out when I get to the steps with green fabric and show that then. I will also need to remember to put on dots and cut notches here as well. I forgot on the sleeves. I mark the dots with a fabric chalk later. Next, I will set up the machine. If you're not sure how to make a bobbin match your thread or how to thread the machine or bobbin, check out my sewing machine walkthrough video. I will be using mainly purple thread on this part so that it matches the fabric. I will change it to green thread when I need to. Always try to match your thread to the fabric unless you're wanting the thread to stand out or if it will not be seen. Now I will be following the instructions. Please know that I will not always follow the directions, and that is okay. The first part I will be working on is the bodice. The first step is stay stitching the tops of pieces 1 and 2 following the arrow on the picture for the step. Stay stitching helps the curved edges not stretch or warp while sewing. I will now be skipping steps 2 and 3 as I am making my own step. First, I will mark where the green fabric needs to go on piece 1 and cut the purple fabric down that line. Then I will cut the green fabric to the same size as the purple fabric. And then I will place this on the purple fabric, making sure that it kind of makes a polo shape. After I've cut and placed the fabric, I will then machine sew the green fabric in place. Then I will press this so that it stays down. On the outside edges, what I will do is slip stitch them in place, which is a kind of stitching that makes it look as though there is no stitching there at all. Finally, I will sew a little flap on it as well, where the buttons will go later. Next, I will do step 4, which is sewing piece 1 with the green fabric to pieces 2 at the shoulders and sides. After that, I will press all of the seams. Then, I'll try this on to make sure that it fits the way I want to. I tried it on off camera. Now I will start on the sleeves. First, I will stitch along the curved edge between the notches at the seam allowance and then a 1/4 inch away from that, which is the first part of step 5. These stitches will help you fit the sleeves into the armholes later. Next, I put some darts on the underarm of the sleeves and then pressed this down towards the bottom of the sleeve. Then I measured and cut out the green cuffs that will go at the end of the sleeves. After that, I sewed them in place at the bottom of the sleeves. After that, I will finish step 5 by sewing the underarm seam. After that, I press the seams open. Then, I will fold the green fabric down, creating a cuff and pressing that in place. Then, I slip stitched this, creating a lovely hem, but with the appearance that no sewing was done. Step 7 is pinning the sleeves to the bodice, matching all of the dots and notches, and pulling on the stitches I did earlier to make it fit. Then I will base stitch the sleeves in place so that they stay where they are. I did this by hand, and this makes it so that the fabric doesn't slip or pull while sewing on the machine. Then I will stitch this according to the seam allowance. Then again 1/8 of an inch away from the first. After that, I will trim the seams and press so that it is not bulky later. Here is what the bodice looks like completed. I did try this on off camera to make sure it all fit.
Now that you have the bodice, you are ready to make the skirt and transfer the bats to the dress. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next project!